should assume as one of the most important day to be celebrated after the Independence Day and the Republic Day. For the simple reason that the future of India is going to be driven by the youth. But what will drive the youth is the point. So while our population is going to be almost more than 60% of youth in the coming years, by simply having a youth population is not enough for a country to become a great country. If the youth have to drive this nation, something have to drive the youth. What is it that must drive the youth is the question. So what that appeals to your heart, what that appeals to your mind, that is what will set the stage for where you take yourself, and with you, where you take the community. Alright, so what is it that drives the youth to achieve what the youth is striving to, and alongside also make sure that the nation progresses on the path of prosperity and strength. And one thing that beautifully summarizes is written by a famous poet, which I'm going to read it out for you. It's a small line, which is by Mahakavi Gaya Prasad Shukla. All of you understand Hindi? I'm sure most of you understand Hindi, but I'll try and read this line. And those who don't understand, we'll try and translate, or I'll request someone to translate it for you. So it says, जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, वो हृदय नहीं पत्थर है जिसमें देश का प्यार नहीं. What does this mean? Is there someone who can translate for us? Any Hindi speaking student who can translate it in Tamil or English? Okay, so let me try this for you. So, जो भरा नहीं भावों से, I mean, heart which is not filled with emotion. All of you agree that your heart is filled with emotions? It's a natural feeling to have. It's a natural aspect to have. बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं. That means where there is no romance. That heart, Hridaya, that heart is not a heart. It is just a stone which is not filled with love for the nation. So this Kavita was written during the time of independence, when India was going through the colonialism, when every single citizen of India was striving not for growth of nation, not for progress, not for prosperity. They were all striving for just one thing, and that is freedom. At that point in time, it is freedom that drove the youth. And I'm sure there are innumerable examples of youth, whether it is Bhagat Singh or Gurudas or any one of these, Chandrasekhar Azad, so many youth. They were purely driven by the love for the nation and the love for freedom. Just simple word called freedom. And they gave their lives, they gave their time, they gave their profession, they gave everything to it. Because at that time, the nation needed freedom so desperately. But today we have that freedom. That freedom is come to us, and we all take that freedom for granted. And the moment you take something for granted, and whatever you take for granted, you have seen the cycle of life that goes away from you. Today's youth has therefore, because the freedom has come to you, due to the innumerable sacrifices done by our predecessors,